Hello everyone, I am Rakibul Hassan Khan, Assistant Professor of Assam Downtown University. Today I am going to discuss about follow-up examination of contact lens. As a responsible practitioner, one must not neglect the patient after dispensing. Unlike spectacles, the lens is in contact with the eye and the eye can respond negatively. Several times the patient may not be aware of the warning signs and symptoms, which may gradually lead to major problems. This can be very comfortably taken care of in the beginning. During the follow-up visit, one can reinforce and rectify that, thus preventing complications and dropouts. Other advantage of follow-up is to inform patient about the new technologies and improvement in lens designs and materials. The advancement may be beneficial for the patient, which he would not have ever known if he did not visit practitioner for the follow-up. Here, most of us, after using contact lens, they are neglect the follow-up, and many times patients have different problem in eyes, but still patient may not be aware of the warning sign and symptoms, which may gradually lead to major problems of eye. So we should inform them about the importance of follow-up and do's and don'ts of contact lens and other advantages of follow-up. And we should inform patient about the new technologies of contact lens and about the new designs of contact lens and new materials of contact lens. Next, recommendation. Follow-up appointments are usually every 6 months. It depends upon the type of the lens material and the wearing modality. The condition of the eye is also important in deciding when the patient should visit next for follow-up. Perfectly healthy eye can follow up after a longer gap, and an unhealthy eye should get the review done early. Extended wear contact lens and continuous wear contact lens calls for quick follow-ups. Pediatric patients again need regular assessments. The decision is practitioner's own based on an individual wearer. Here, we should follow up at least every 6 months, and it is depends on the contact lens material and wearing schedule. Sometimes it is depends on the condition of the eye also. If any type of redness, irritation or burning sensation extra, then we should immediately check up our eyes. Next, the aftercare routine. Aftercare should include both subjective and objective assessment of the contact lens. Review the information recorded at previous visits. The record file should always be maintained and further information recorded on follow-ups. Subjective assessment. Number 1, patient discussion. Start with history of patient. Ask question. Be specific and open. Encourage patient to ask question during the discussion. Recheck the compliance before the examination. Make a note of the following. This will support us in recommending corrective actions. Lens age. Every lens has a life. Patients may not be sure of the replacement. Some of the complications may be associated with the aging lens. Here, we should ask some questions like, after wearing contact lens, do you feel any discomfort? Do you feel any type of irritation or burning sensation, or do you feel any other problem till now, etc. When we are dispensed contact lens, then we should inform the patient about the expiry date of contact lens, and we should instruct the patient, don't wear the contact lens after expiry date. Next, wearing habits and time. How many hours during the day does one wear lens? How many days during the week does one sleep with contact lens on? If the patient is comfortable wearing lenses during full working hours, hints that the lens fitting is reasonable good. If the patient admits that he does occasionally sleep with contact lenses, indicates a thorough examination and need for improved compliance. Here, we should ask questions about the wearing time and habits of patients, like how many hours uh, during the day does one wear lens, and we should ask patient how many days during the week, etc. Next, review lens care system. Here, we should ask patient to insert and remove the contact lens in front of the practitioner, and we should observe his habits and compliance. After that, check that he does wash hands, the nails, and trimmed and use solution in proper way and steps. Number 3, presence of problems. Patients may have specific symptoms or at times may neglect some minor complaints or warning signs. Ask questions to arrive at conclusions. We should ask patients any type of minor problems are there or not, which is neglected by you. Number 4, reduced and blurred vision. Constant and fluctuating or any specific circumstances when happens. Next, discomfort. We should ask patients about the discomfort like foreign body sensation, burning sensation, stitching sensation, dryness, grittiness, itching, immediate onset, soon after insertion, or delayed onset after maybe 1 hour after wearing the contact lens, with or without contact lens. Number 5, environment and occupation. We should ask patient about the environment in working areas like air conditioned office and computer uses, and may lead to dryness. Number 6, systemic problems. We should ask patient if the patient has any systemic problem which has any correlation with lens wear. Confirm about any intake of drugs and medications. Next, objective assessment. Checkup should be done with lenses on and that after the lenses are removed. The assessment should be done with the patient attending the clinic with the lens on for at least 4 hours before the checkup. This should be explained on the dispensing visit itself. Many of the delayed problems can be identified only after some hours of the wear. If the patient comes for the checkup and insert contact lenses there itself, some signs may be missed out. In objective assessments, after fitting the contact lens, at least after 4 hours fitting the contact lens, we should check any type of problems are there or not. The slit lamp is the key instrument which will allow accurate objective assessment. Number 1, visual acuity. Record distance and near visual acuity monocularly and binocularly. Any deficiency calls for power adjustment. If the patient complains of blurred visual acuity after some hours of wear, rule out corneal edema. Number 2, retinoscopy over the contact lens. This is the most important technique. After all, lens and is a vision correcting device. The reflection over the lens will guide us if there is any deficiency of power, any overcorrection and residual astigmatism. It also hints us about the fitting, clear reflex before and after blink. The reflex through the lens will show deposits and the dirty lens, which calls for replacement of contact lens. If the optic zone is cutting through the pupil can also be seen now. One can also check if the lenses are switched. Here we should check the visual acuity monocularly and binocularly also, and we should check the power over the contact lens by retinoscopy. It also hints us about the fitting, and if the optic zone is not in center, the pupil can also seen. Next, slit lamp examination. Start with examination for surface integrity, deposits, lens surface and each. Review the lens fitting. The lens parameters are known to change with the pace of time, especially the soft contact lens. This change can lead to steeper fitting later. Evaluate both static and dynamic fitting with fluorescent dye in case of RGB contact lens. Here, in case of soft contact lens by slit lamp, we should check the surface of contact lens, tear film deposits and periphery part of contact lens, and we will check the edge of contact lens it is cover the cornea or not, and we should check static and dynamic fitting in assessment with fluorescent in case of RGB contact lens. Thank you.